Hi, everybody. Merry Christmas. We are so excited to be here. And I'm Rachel, and Amber's here.
Hello.
Yes. It's Christmas in July. Can you believe it?
I can't because it's only June, but but no, yeah, I'm pretty excited for Christmas in July.
What do you like about Christmas in July?
I like that it's become another publicly accepted time where you can just celebrate Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a like Christmas in December kind of person.
Yeah.
They were like, Amber, how long do you count down to Christmas? I'm like, the minute after my birthday, because until my birthday, it's countdown to my birthday.
Right.
But for real, I love Christmas.
Yeah. So this is the time when all of the Christmasaholics can come out and be free and open about their Christmas all year long. It's very exciting. They tried to do Christmas in April, which I think was a bit of a stretch. Christmas in April. But Christmas
they gotta have a different name if they're gonna do Christmas in April.
Right. Yeah, agreed.
Like you can't just be like Christmas in October. Like you gotta get new branding. Like yeah. I can't think of it yet, but we'll come up with a better name.
Yeah. Well, and it's exciting for us because we passed our 1 year marker for when we were first podcasting together last May for Anne with an E, but our first podcast on Hallmark we ever did was during Christmas in July.
That's correct.
Yeah, so that's kind of exciting. And you can listen to that if you want to hear our top 12 favorite Hallmark movies, Christmas movies. You can check out that podcast. It was pretty fun. So that was the first time we ever talked and I don't know. I almost wish I almost want to redo that podcast because I've seen so many more now, but I still like all the ones I recommended. So it's all good. So, all right. Well, so in preparing for this podcast, I went off of the Hallmark website of what they said for Hallmark movies and mysteries and for Christmas keepsake week for the regular Hallmark starting on July 13th. Well, it turns out that they've added a ton and they're going to be playing. It's not just going to be keepsake week from the 13th to the 22nd for Hallmark. The regular Hallmark channel, they're going to be airing, like I just looked, and they're going to have Trading Christmas I think it's on the 5th. And so anyway, they make doing these preview shows very difficult for us with the Hallmark's website. But so we had a list, and so we were going off of that list, and we're just staying with that list. And anyway, but it's fun for us because there's some that we talk about all the time, like me with Trading Christmas, that.
And I don't know if anyone's heard this, but I really like the 9 Lives of Christmas.
Yeah, right.
Maybe you don't know this about me. But I'm pretty sure people who don't even know the podcast but have just seen me once are like, that girl loves 9 Lives of Christmas.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag 10 Lives of Christmas, make it trending so they make it.
Yeah, right, exactly. And it's July 2nd is Trading Christmas, and the 9 Lives of Christmas will be airing on July 19th. And exactly, we've talked about that so much. Here's a chance for us to recommend some of the ones maybe.
Yeah, those are disqualified from our recommendations.
Yeah, right, exactly. So there you go. All right. So let's first, we'll each just start with one of our recommendations and share why we liked it and why we think it would be fun for you to check out for Christmas in July, and let us know which ones you're excited to rewatch, check out which ones you're going to have on the DVR. This is very exciting. And so, all right, why don't you start with your first recommendation?
Yeah, so I am going to, for my first recommendation, I am going to go with my one and only Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, which is A Song for Christmas, which premiered last year for the Christmas countdown. No, what's it called on Most Wonderful Movies of the Year or something? Yeah. And I really liked it. It's probably just because the lead guy is like the dreamboatiest dreamboat of all time. Yes. But it was really cute. It did the pop star in a small town thing very well. So I really liked it.
Yeah, Becca Tobin is in this, and she was really fun. I think she has a real effervescence on screen. I think some of my favorite uh, Hallmark leading ladies are just really bubbly and really fun, and I think that she's right in that camp.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right about that guy. He is very handsome.
I am 100% surprised you didn't say dishy. Dishy is your go-to word for handsome mans.
Yes. Kevin McGarry. Woo! He is very handsome. And yeah, and they had pretty good chemistry. And I think that there were some like fun moments between like her and her ridiculous manager and like, I don't know, just and her doing like Christmas activities, and it's so ridiculous that this managing team would leave her behind when she's literally just across the street, which was hilarious. And so there was a lot of fun moments. And I mean, I my only flaw with this movie is I wanted them to actually sing more, just because I know she's a good singer. But oh well, it's still pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, it's cute. You should watch it, which is literally what this list is. Me saying you should watch it.
Very good. All right. Good. All right. So my first recommendation is going to be Christmas in Angel Falls. And this is also a Hallmark Movies and Mysteries recommendation. And this movie is so sweet. It's really got a feeling of, I think, a little bit of sort of your It's a Wonderful Life kind of a feel of sort of just this magic, Christmas magic kind of thing that I like. And you have Rachel Boston playing this angel, and she basically gets into trouble because she's always getting too involved with these people that she helps. And she finds out there's this whole town that is not doing good with their Christmas spirit. That's down. And she ends up going down there, and she meets Mr. Perfect, Paul Green. And I really thought they had excellent chemistry, really good together. I thought that this movie had such great kisses, which I'm a big fan of. I really thought it was so sweet and just, I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was so good. And Beau Bridges, I think, is fun, kind of as her caseworker for angels. I don't know what you call him, but he was really fun, I thought. And I thought that this movie had kind of a old Hollywood sort of feel to it. The story. It reminded me of like The Preacher's Wife or
The Bishop's Wife. Don't you dare call it The Preacher's Wife.
I really like The Preacher's Wife. I think that's
The Preacher's Wife is fine. And then
the soundtrack.
Who Would Imagine a King? Amazing.
Yeah, the soundtrack.
But the movie itself is like, whatevs.
I like it. I like Denzel Washington. And
Denzel Washington is no Cary Grant, and whoever the guy is no David Niven, okay? Okay? Nobody's David Niven.
I really like it. I think it. I like The Bishop's Wife also, probably more, I guess. But I know I love Whitney Houston. I'm a huge Whitney Houston fan. So anyway, I really enjoy both of those movies, and I thought that this felt like it was in that vein of Christmas movie. And I just really enjoyed it. I thought the ending was so good when they're like dancing, and she tells him, and then she gets the chance to make her decision with the Beau Bridges angel, and she talks about realizing her own free will and she can decide to do this. I thought that was so good, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. So
no, yeah, this movie is super adorable. Rachel Boston obviously is an actual angel sent down from heaven to be in movies.
Right.
So it was really great. He had like every handsome guy job in the history of Hallmark movies.
Right.
So, I mean, this movie didn't stand a chance of not being amazing.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, it's just delightful. So definitely check it out if you missed it. And it has like a little bit of like there's things in churches and stuff, but I don't think it's if you're not religious, I think you still can enjoy it. So
I mean, It's literally Christmas, so
Right. Exactly. But anyway, yeah. So this one will be in the Hallmark movies and mysteries portion. So we'll song for Christmas. They're what do they call it? The Gold Crown Christmas Week. So it's pretty exciting. So that actually starts. The Gold Crown Christmas starts on Friday of this week. So that's why we had to do our preview this Wednesday this week. And it starts with Rocky Mountain Christmas, which I know is your favorite.
it's totally not my favorite.
Anyway,
yeah, it's the worst. It goes Rocky Mountain Christmas and then Romance at Reindeer Lodge.
And then Christmas Encore, which is terrible.
Yeah, basically I was just like, and then the list got better from there. But I mean, frankly, they didn't start strong.
Yeah, fair enough. I really like Rocky Mountain Christmas. Maggie's Christmas Miracle is really cute too. That's one that you should check out.
So the next one I'm recommending is I am actually going to recommend this one. It's with Alison Sweeney. It's Christmas at Holly Lodge. I really like this one because there were a lot of fun side stories other than just like the main romance. I thought all of the characters were well serviced. It's very similar to another one that I'm going to talk about in like, I don't know, style and setting and possibly even the same location, but I don't have any proof of that. But I really love Christmas at Holly Lodge. I think Alison Sweeney is so adorable. Jordan Bridges was really cute in this. And I also really loved the Crystal Lowe and Toby Levins, like, subplot romance. Mm-hmm. So
that was fun.
That's why I chose this.
And I liked, what's her name? Well, just I liked the whole supporting cast. It was really fun.
It was really, really great.
I liked the woman it was her first year back without her
Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Yeah, she was good. That was and I liked her singing. That was always nice. So yeah, it's a really enjoyable one. I think Jordan Bridges, right, is his name?
Yeah, Jordan Bridges.
Yeah, he was really fun. I hope they use him more. I thought he had a lot of charisma, and he did that like, I don't know, it's hard to pull off the businessman but make him actually like nice. You don't see that often in Hallmark movies, but he did a good job with that, I think. Yeah, good choice. I like that. All right, well, my next choice was my favorite movie from Christmas last year, but I think a lot of people missed it because it was technically a Christmas in July movie. This year they're not doing any original movies for Christmas in July.
At least as far as they have said.
Right, that's true. Good point. Was Home for Christmas Day. This movie starred Catherine Bell, Victor Webster, and I really thought it was very well written. I thought the script was feature film quality script. Mm-hmm. I thought that pretty much all the talent was up for it. You have a lot of different storylines that really worked well. I really appreciated it. I feel like it's really easy in these type of movies to make the mother character just like overbearing and not even trying to like listen to her daughter, and make the daughter just like a kind of a one-note rebellious character. And that's not really that interesting to me. And I really like movies like Some Kind of Wonderful or Say Anything, where I feel like all the characters are given dialogue that makes them unique, interesting people that I like, and I'm interested to learn more about them. And the people talk like human beings talk. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that this is as good as Say Anything, but I don't know, I just felt like it was in that I was really impressed with the dialogue, the character development. I thought that they did a great job. And I think you have this relationship between this girl and this soldier that I thought felt really authentic and believable. And I thought that the emotion worked. Like, it could have been really manipulative, but I don't think it was. I think it felt, I don't know, good especially for a Christmas movie. And I don't know, I just really was impressed by it. I thought it was a very good movie. Yeah,
it was really cute. for the most part, I don't really like the ones on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries because they kind of are downers.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie I thought was going to be like an ultimate downer. And when you were like, you have to watch it, it's required, I was so ticked at you. And then they came in, it was awesome, it was great, I really loved it. So yeah, it was great. And I can't disagree with any of your points. It's where I first fell in love with Anthony Konechny.
Yes.
He's my secret boyfriend. Don't tell him or anyone else. But yeah, so I completely agree with you. It's a really great one to watch.
Yeah. And I really wanted to mention it because I think a lot of people missed it because it wasn't an official countdown for Christmas movie last year. So if you missed it, make sure you check it out. It was very, very well done.
Absolutely.
So, and actually, I think both of the Christmas and July movies last year were solid. This one was excellent. The Christmas Cure was serviceable, I guess. It was solid, I thought. And so, yeah, it's maybe. Are you bummed that they're not doing an original movies this year?
I mean,
Christmas in July.
I don't know if I can say that I'm bummed, but I'm not super stoked that they're not.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, I mean, I always prefer more Hallmark movies than less. So, hey.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically this is how the factory gets its sausage or something. Whatever
Right.
that phrase is. Like, we kind of need them to produce content. Otherwise, we're just making top 10 lists.
Right. Agreed. All right. So what's your next pick?
Okay, so my next pick is Let It Snow. It originally came out in 2013. It stars Candace Cameron Bure, Jesse Hutch, and Alan Thicke. And it's quite similar, kind of, to Christmas at Holly Lodge because they both take place at this, like, winter lodge. There's some slight differences, but it also involves, like, this big corporate person who's supposed to come in and try and buy up the lodge, and then it's a family-run thing, yada, yada, yada. But this is so cute. Jesse Hutch is just unbelievable in this movie. I mean, it's not as amazing as Snowman's. Everyone knows how much I love Snowman's. But this movie is really great. It's one of, I think, Candace Cameron Bure's actually best of her Christmas movies. Mm-hmm. And it's just really fun. And it goes back to that period of time where Hallmark was like just starting to get into their pretty set format that they're doing now. So there's still a little bit of variation on the old format, but it's really cute. I really love it.
Yeah, that one's really fun. One of the things I love in that movie is all the like Christmas celebrations that they do from like all over the world. They're like making all this weird soups and weird, like they do the feast of the, not that it's weird, but they do the feast of the seven fishes. They do just any Christmas celebration this lodge makes, and I really enjoyed seeing all of that. That I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I love it. So give it a shot if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it and you like it, watch it again.
Yeah, and I love Jesse Hutch in it, and I think that actually it's pretty well done between Alan Thicke plays Candace Cameron Bure's father, and he's a guy who loves business, like we talk about, but I felt like they did a pretty good job of making him an actual person.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting because it actually really does deal with like family expectations and going into the family business and following in your family's footsteps and balancing who you want to be as a person, not just for Candace Cameron Bure, the business girl, but also for Jesse Hutch, the like lodge guy. So yeah, it's a good one. Yeah,
that is a lot of fun, that one. For my pick, we're going all the way back to the Stone Age, to 2008. Way back. We're talking about the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah. This was way before formula. Like, they probably still drank, I don't know, coffee. I don't know. They I mean, this famously was, we were watching it and Rachel was like, I can see so much of her back.
Yeah, she gets into the shower. It's pretty scandalous. I was surprised. But now this one is really a classic Hallmark movie. You have Brooke Burns playing a single mom who is getting ready for Christmas. She's been dating this guy who's a classic man who loves business, her boyfriend, and she is welcoming her uncle, played by the great Henry Winkler, for Christmas. And he ends up sitting next to this guy who's this bohemian chef, I guess you'd say, played by Warren Christie. And Henry Winkler basically decides that this guy, played by Warren Christie, is much better than the person that Brooke Burns is dating, that his niece is dating. And so he schemes and to get him not only to stay at their house, but to keep staying. He's very, very schemy about it. And it's just really cute. Like I think that the bond between Warren Christie and the little boy is really cute. Like when he goes up onto the to the roof to pretend to be a reindeer, that's super adorable. Or and I think they have a lot of like classic kind of rom-com things in this, that like people will land on each other, or like the I don't know, just like the little cute kind of moments. And he of course teaches her how to cook because she's like a nightmare in the kitchen. There's also like a cute scene where he helps her get this bike for her kid. This grumpy store guy won't open to give the bike, and I don't know, just little cute moments. It's really fun.
Yeah, I think Brooke Burns and Warren Christie have pretty great chemistry in this movie. Yeah. Henry Winkler is really great as like the not too seen meddlesome uncle. Right. Like we often see a meddlesome parent, mom or dad. We often see a meddlesome aunt or grandma, but meddlesome uncle is a pretty niche market, and he pretty much nails it.
Yeah, he does. And like he even at a point that he creates a fake news tape and she finally realizes like, wait, didn't she say that yesterday or the day before or the day before? Just to keep him staying longer. It has a classic like rush to the airport at the last minute scene, which is super cute, and it's just really fun. So check it out.
It's awesome.
Yeah, good choice. All right, what's your next choice?
All right. My next choice is this is tough because, I mean, last year I was like back and forth on which one I liked most between these two movies. So I'm going to go ahead and give the last spot to the one that didn't win my top ranking last year.
Good.
So I'm going to go with, for my second to last choice, A Gift to Remember from this past year, starring Ali Liebert, my queen, and Peter Porte. And it has some fun, B storylines with like her friend, Mrs. Henley, finding romance with Luigi, which I was all about. But Peter Porte is just so great, and they have such a cute chemistry. It's really well done for the amnesia plot because they're both like, they could have a relationship and they don't really like act on it, even though they're like super in love. So I really love it. I thought it was cute. I love that her name's Darcy. It's great.
Yeah, this one was really good. They have really good chemistry. I'm actually excited to see it again because I think I kind of, that was in the like middle of the season where I was just like, we were watching 4 movies a week. I felt like it got a little bit lost for me, and maybe I didn't appreciate it. I mean, I liked it, but I feel like I should love it. And so I'm excited to see it again, and when I have a little bit of separation because it was just, sometimes it was a little overwhelming for this covering 4 movies a week. But I really did enjoy it. The dog is super cute. They do a good job with the dog, and it just has like she's like a reader, which I can definitely relate to, and that was fun. And her in this bookstore and everything, and her kind of learning to be more confident in her job because her boss like basically wants to give her more to do and more of a promotion and everything, but she's kind of shy, and I know, so there's sort of that element as well, and so it's just really, really cute. And I really liked Mrs. Henley. She was, I don't know who the actress was, but she was good.
Tina Lifford.
Yeah. So they did a good job with the supporting cast in that one. So
yeah, it's really cute.
Good choice.
Thank
All
you.
right. My next choice was one I actually just watched in April for our podcast with William Bibiani, where we ranked the Alicia Witt movies. And this movie is called The Christmas List. And it may have gotten some of a bump because I watched it out of season. So it's like more novel. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super cute. I liked, it's basically about a woman played by Alicia Witt that's engaged or dating her boss, basically, and she's become kind of this a little bit OCD, a little bit obsessed with work kind of person, and it was the person that she always told herself as a kid she wouldn't be, and I think she kind of knows that. She's like become this person that you hate, and she finds this list of all of these things she wanted to do as a kid for Christmas. Her mom was very obsessive about every detail of the tree had to be perfect. Everything had to be perfect. And so you end up doing nothing because nothing is perfect, basically. And so she finds this list. And I think in a way, this list is her way of saying, like, as a kid, saying, I'm not going to end up being like my mother because I'm going to do all these Christmas things. So she goes to the small town, and the idea is to have this perfect Christmas that she's going to do everything on her list. And she ends up meeting Gabriel Hogan, who's this single dad in town, and they do all this stuff on their list, and it's really cute. And I really liked Peter Benson as the wrong guy in this case, as her boss boyfriend. I thought that he was really kind of nice, and I thought that worked really well. I thought the stuff with her and her mom was really good and well done. I just really enjoyed it. A lot more than I thought I was going to. So, yeah.
Yeah. This movie is really cute. I think Alicia Witt and Gabriel Hogan have a really great chemistry in this movie, much better than their other one. And it's just pretty fun. It's not my favorite Alicia Witt movie. Mm-hmm. But if you want to know what that is, listen to our podcast with William Bibiani.
Right.
But it's a really solid choice. And if you haven't seen it, you should for sure watch it.
Yeah. And I guess I just thought of it because since it had been introduced to me and I had never seen it in April, then people could maybe watch it in July and check it out because I think it's really good. Maybe a hidden gem that people don't know about. So what do you have next?
Okay. So for my final pick, I have the stellar standout movie from last Countdown to Christmas, Miss Christmas, starring Brooke d'Orsay and Mark Blucas. And this movie was just so sweet and so great. I had initially given it a 5 crown rating. It got demoted to 4.9 because I feel like it's not a full 5 stars. Just deal with it. The only movie that has 5 stars is The 9 Lives of Christmas, The End.
That's a very high rating, though.
It's very high. It's basically, if I wasn't such a diva, it would be 5 stars. But I got my own rankings, and you can just deal with it. Brooke d'Orsay and Mark Blucas are just so incredibly adorable in this movie. It's unbelievable. The writing's great. The acting's great. The director killed it. Shut up. This movie's a good one. Just watch it.
It does so many things right that so many movies don't do right. Like, I loved the fact that everybody in her work behaved like normal human beings. Like, nobody was an ice queen, horrible boss. Like everybody was nice. And I really appreciated that. I loved her friend from work was so sweet and lovely. I loved the dialogue between her and Mark Blucas about his wife and is having passed and dealing with that and the grief and the scenes between Mark Blucas's character and his dad were really great. I thought were well done. The ending really works. It's sweet. And I don't know. I feel like in our podcast when we talked about this movie, we said, if you like Hallmark rom-coms, then this is it. this is how it's done. Like, if this movie isn't for you, I really kind of feel like this genre of movies just isn't for you. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. Good choice.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Well, my last choice, we've just had a barrage of princess movies. And in my opinion, I still think the best one is A Crown for Christmas, starring Danica McKellar. So I really liked Rupert Henry Jones as this prince. He has this daughter, and it kind of reminded me of in Sound of Music.
Captain Von Trapp.
Captain Von
Georg.
Trapp. Yeah, like he loves his daughter, and just like Captain Von Trapp loves his daughter, but he's very like orderly and very strict and kind of a thing. And here you have this character played by Danica McKellar who is kind of like basically taking care of her siblings. They've lost their parents, and so she goes over there, and she's just like this bright breath of fresh air, just kind of like Maria was in Sound of Music, and I just think it's really cute. I think the relationship between Danica McKellar and this little girl is really sweet. And I love the ending when he's like riding on the horse coming to get her. It's super great, I think. And I like all of the cast as far as the butler and all the staff in this one is really fun. And I don't know, I still just think it's the best of all the ones they've done. So that's the one I'd say go check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, and this movie is written by the incomparable duo of Dabrowski and Dabrowski. So, I mean, so the dialogue is pretty quick and fun. Yeah. So I really do like that about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much. So there you go. That's my final recommendation. And so that's some pretty good movies. I think you could have a nice time watching all these movies.
And if you don't, drink some hot chocolate. You'll have a nice time then.
Yeah, right. Very good. Very good. Let us know what you are looking most forward to in Christmas in July. And we'd love to talk about it. Let us know in the comment section or on Twitter. And we're going to be doing some more Christmas coverage in July. So let us know if you have any ideas of what you'd like us to talk about. This week on Hallmark Channel, we have the film Yes, I Do, which we're really excited about. At least I'm really excited about it, with Jen Lilly, who we love, and Marcus Rosner, who we love, who we both interviewed. So definitely check out both those interviews. But
directed by Christy Will Wolf.
We love.
Come on, movie.
Yeah. And it seems like so perfect because the plot is about Jen Lilly's character has left Marcus Rosner's character at the altar 3 times, or said no 3 times, one or the other. And which is hilarious because that's like totally Marcus Rosner's like always getting rejected in Hallmark movies. So it should be really funny to see, I think, this character and this story.
Yeah, I am so excited to see this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be adorbs and probably pretty funny.
Yeah, I think so too. And she does a really good job, like balancing the humor, getting really great performances from her actors. And I just think that they'll have really good chemistry. Jessica Lowndes is also in it. It has just a really fun cast. So we're very excited for that. So that's this weekend. Also, we have the finale for The Good Witch, which is super exciting. Mm-hmm. So it's just a pretty big weekend for Hallmark.
Yeah, it really is. So get on the Twitter, guys.
Yeah, right. And so next week for the podcast, we are going to be talking about the June Brides movies. So that should be interesting. And I know at least I'm going to have some controversial opinions, I think. So it should be fun. And then we will also have our final episode of the Good Witch podcast next week. We have it on also for this week's episode on Thursday next week also. And so lots of fun stuff coming up on our podcast. And so let us know what you think, and make sure you're following us at Hallmarkies Pod on Instagram, Twitter, because we do try to live tweet and we post daily. And Amber, where can people find you?
As always, I'm at Amber Brainwaves on Twitter, and that's it.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews on iTunes and on YouTube. So please check that out. I have a bunch of coverage on the Jurassic movies and on this new one, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, on my channel. So I'd love if you followed me and check that out. So make sure you're following us and let us know what you think about Christmas in July. So thanks, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.